Well, we're here to ask you a question. And what I put in the description of this video is because I think Tina and myself, and probably you, can very much relate to this. But the question is, have you ever been so tired that you just want to cry? My name is Kim Ward. What is up? It is a pleasure to welcome you. I'm here with one of my BFFs. Welcome to the conversation. And you know what? I am always like energetic and hyped up and excited. I can't say that for Tina, but lately she's been a little more excited and energetic than usual. And it's because we have found something that we want to talk to you about today. So, not too long ago, Tina and I think myself for sure, we're just kind of scratching the finish line to get to the end of our day. Because of what we're doing, Tina, I don't want to go to bed because I'm afraid of wasting precious moments in the days. And I'm actually excited to wake up again. Does that not sound crazy?
To me, it doesn't. I mean, it does sound crazy in a way because it's like, well, how do you go from wanting to sleep all those hours to not sleeping all those hours? But even like when you sleep too much, that's bad too, because even sleeping too much can make you tired.
And I feel like I fell into that vicious cycle of like, I was sleeping so much that I just didn't have the energy to even wake up. It was horrible. And this is why I'm pulling Tina into the conversation today, because when we talk about self-care, when we talk about being so freaking tired that you want to cry, you know, we as human beings, first and foremost, have an instant gratification mentality. So if we take a product, a supplement, drink water, exercise once, read one personal development page, we have that instant gratification mindset of like, how come I'm not better? How come I'm not doing amazing? And unfortunately, I know better than that. But Tina, that's exactly what happened to me the day that I took this product. One of my goals this year was to really leverage my business. I want to free up a little bit of time so that I'm still making, good money, but not having to have so much one-on-one activity with my calendar. And network marketing has the ability to help you leverage and even earn passive income. So Joe said, why don't you just hop on this opportunity call with me and see what you think? Well, I did. And I heard from many people, their stories all touched my heart in a different way. But when I heard Nick speak, his story resonated with me to the point where I jumped in after saying I would never do a network marketing company again. I did say those words. And I jumped in and I said, I know the product didn't work for me. I took it one whole day, but I said, I'm going to figure out a way to make that work for me. So when I got my package in, I got my product in, I started to take the product compliantly and consistently. And by day 3, I wasn't wanting to sleep. I had more energy. The stressors in my day weren't bothering me as much as they had prior to introducing this product. And my shirts and my clothes were already getting baggy and loose on me by day 3. So Tina, you were literally one of the first people that I reached out to because I was like, we always go to the people that we love and cherish and care about first. Not that we don't care about other people, but it's like, who's in your direct inner circle? Tina and I talk pretty much every day, and I'm like, you got to try this. Like, you got to try this. So I want you, out of your own words, to share the story of the night you texted me after 10 p.m. I think it was your first night on the product, wasn't it?
Yeah.
First night.
Well, first of all, we've been working together for a while, and was going through a tough time, and I have my ups and downs, and some days are good, some days are not. Most days at that point were not good. I'm going to be honest, most days were not good. And I think that's the reason why you reached out to me, because I was in a bad place. And so she's like, just trust me, you need this. So I'm like, okay, give me it. So I placed my order, comes in, it's 4:30 in the afternoon. So I'm like, Kim, my order just came. I think it's too late to take it because, it's supposed to give you energy, right? And I'm like, I don't want to not sleep tonight. Should I do this or not? Should I wait till the morning? She's like, no, take a half a scoop. So I'm
But I
like,
also know what time you normally go to bed at night, and 4:30 in the afternoon for you is like 10 in the morning for me. So I was like, take that shit now. When restaurants make that first dollar and they frame it, it's like, you trusted me enough. And this is the important piece of telling our story, right? Being a little vulnerable and being transparent enough to tell people where you're at, without the shame, without the guilt, but in a way of, look, I was there where you might be right now. This is what I did to power through it and have a victorious result on the other side. So I want to share with you what's working for me so that I can condense your learning curve, collapse your time frame, get you to that desired result faster. And I think when a lot of people either, look at a product or join a network marketing company, they just feel like, oh, I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to. F that. You were dancing around in your living room when just a couple nights before, you were in tears and
I was ready to call Kim for Katie's mission.
Right?
I was ready to be like, Kim, I think I need Katie's mission.
Oh my gosh. Listen, what'd you say to me today about your stressors of your day not penetrating your energy so much anymore?
Yeah. So, normally, more recently, like when I had the fire and the deaths in the family and all of that stuff, and those were the turning points for me, right? So, the turning point in my life was number one, the house fire. And then number two, it was my brother passing away. That was my second turning point. And at that point, I needed to just focus on myself and make a different outcome for the future because I couldn't keep living life the way I was. I just couldn't. I wouldn't be here probably. I'd be sick or whatever. So that's when I made that decision.
But you've been through a lot.
Yes, so I've been through a lot. So I've done a lot of work on myself and getting into a better place mentally for myself. And now I have another life event, life change, and I became in a bad place again, right? Well, normally the old me, if this thing that happened the other day, somebody kind of lashed out at me, and I normally would take that personally. I'm sorry if you hear Ollie snoring.
Now Ollie's snoring. So there's Tina's dogs. She keeps them up all night now with her happy coffee that the dogs have to sleep all day long and snore to get their sleep. So she's partying and dancing at night.
So anyway, normally my reaction would have been, I would have taken it personally, like, oh my God, what did I do? What's wrong? And instead, my reaction to that situation was just like, okay, calm down. Do you want me to light your candle for you? But normally it would have been like, what did I do? And I didn't get like that. And it's just little things like that you notice.
It's crazy because when we talk about products, I think people, they've been jaded in the past, right? People make promises and don't come through. And there's a lot of people in the world who claim that they work out of integrity, and integrity is pretty much the last thing on their radar. So when it comes to products in general, I think this is why it's so important to do what we're doing right now. I mean, we're literally sharing our true, real life, authentic damn selves, whether we're a hot mess or not. We are happy hot messes. Your dog is snoring. My goats are going crazy. My dog's scratching me. Like, there's just shit everywhere. And, like you said,
it doesn't bother me. And yeah, I'm just like a different person. And actually, I ran out. Like, I'm waiting for my auto ship to get here. And I'm like, I can't run out. Like, what am I going to? So I had samples that I wanted to give away that I've been using my samples up now until my order gets here. So I have to replace my samples. But yeah, so I mean, and I didn't get on this for any other reason than to just feel better mentally and emotionally and physically. I had a reality check the other night when I was looking at an old video I did from mine from a year ago. And I'm like, oh my God, how did I get like that? And everybody knows I posted it on my Facebook how I got so bad. And now it's just like that was my reality check to say, okay, it's not all about just weight loss, or it's just all in the whole wellness piece. And that's what's important for me. Like, you can't just focus on looking at the scale, because sometimes the scale doesn't move and there's other factors in there, but it's those non-scale victories. And that was that for me the other night when I looked at my picture from a year ago to now side by side, and I'm like, oh my God. Well, first of all, I've said right away, I got to redo all my old videos because that was very embarrassing.
It is an incredible transformation to see, but how many people can relate to that? We don't realize that one small choice leads to another choice, and it goes both directions. So I know both you and I have had circumstances in life like you just told us. I mean, you lost your brother to suicide. I lost my mother and my sister to suicide. Like, life has not been easy. And so when you start to stress and your cortisol level elevates, right, it messes with your brain. And so you choose unhealthy snack, and you think your dopamine's releasing and that makes you feel good, so you go reach for more of that, and before you know it, you're replacing your water with soda or beer or a heavier drink. And so all of those choices and decisions lead to a place that it happens over time, so you don't realize. It's like the analogy of throwing a toad or a frog into water, right? If you were to throw a frog into hot boiling water, that frog would jump out and run like, what the F, are you crazy? You put that thing in some lukewarm water and you turn the heat up over time, it adapts to it. And that's what happens to us. So, it has been a year and you've been transforming all along. You found these amazing products that are truly working for you, but when we think of self-care, that's why I used my day one as an example, because people might pop a product and think it's a magic pill. It's going to take everything away. It's going to work instantly. My life's going to be better. You have to fucking work at it. So what things have you had to do or overcome or sacrifice to get to this healthy version of yourself? Because I'm sure it's many different things.
Yeah, it's a lot of little things added up. And that's why I didn't realize what an impact that this last year has, well, it's a little less than a year, but has had on me. Like, I have to focus on gratitude. That's going to keep my mind positive and appreciating things instead of being miserable and complaining. And gratitude is a huge piece. Then I also have been practicing mindfulness and meditation. That is, I used to walk from the car to the office. Before I learned about meditation and stuff, I used to walk from the car to the office, and the receptionist would be like, "Oh, is it still warm? Is it still raining? Is it still warm out? Is it still whatever the question was?" I'm like, I have no idea. Like, I just came in from out there and I had no idea what it was doing because my mind was full. I wasn't mindful. So that is a huge piece of it. And one other thing that has helped me is your intermittent fasting challenge. I mean, I don't do it 100%, but by not eating, I don't, like, people get crazy with it and they reduce their eating window. I just do the 12 and 12. That helps me to not eat after a certain time at night and not before a certain time in the morning, to give my body that rest to stop burning the fat and stuff. So that's helped. And then the other thing that's been huge for me is the supplement that I'm on now. So
That's awesome. And most of America, I don't know the stats, but everybody pretty much drinks coffee. And
I love coffee.
that's what we have here, you know. And for people who are like, well, I love to feel great, but I don't drink coffee, we have a ton of other options for you. And, you know, this is why we share. This is why we tell our story, because I know Tina's heart. I know how great she feels now, and I know how much that she wants to serve and impact. So if you're feeling those ways that we described here, you're going through life, life is hard, you know, maybe you do cry because it's too much to handle and the stressors do get to you and you don't know where to start. I want you to reach out to Tina. She can help. And a lot of times we can't see our own blind spots. We really can't. So when you have someone who you can draw your strength from them while you work on yourself until you don't need their strength anymore, that's what we can provide. It is more than just a product. It's a lifestyle, it's healing journey. And you know, you've said it yourself, you mindfulness, meditation, gratitude, you know, it's all of the above.
Yeah,
And
my whole thing is about serenity. And I lived life way too long being stressed out, overwhelmed, miserable, and I got to a place where I couldn't do that anymore. And I really was looking for that serenity. And I mean, it's still a work in process and I got to work on it every day, but I have the tools. And like you said, people get into this and they're like, well, they don't want to get into it because they don't want to be salesy, but it's not about selling. It's about, I know something that's going to help you. If I don't share it, I'm being selfish.
for real,
And that's what it comes down to.
I don't think I was letting you off the hook. Like I didn't give a crap if
No, you
you
knew,
thought
you
I
knew
was.
how, yeah, you knew where I was at that point. So,
I know exactly what these products can do for people. We have stories of, you know, people who were actually suicidal themselves and they found this product, and just because of that, the daily stressors didn't hit you like they used to. I skip, I'm humming, I'm singing around my house, and there are days I stop, I go, who the hell am I?
did that too?
See, you're just happy, and I enjoy my life more, I enjoy my relationships more. Life is just enjoyable now, and that's what Tina and I want for you. So if your curiosity is piqued even a little bit, I've tagged Tina in this video. I want you to message her. I want you to talk to her. I want you to connect with her and see where it takes you. So any last final words, Mama?
You know me, I have a big heart. I love helping people. So if I can help one person, I'm happy.
There you go.
Yep.
And let you be that one person today.
And thank you for always supporting me and knowing exactly what I need, because
I got your back.
I know you do.
Thanks for sticking with
Thank
us,
you.
you guys.
Thanks,
Have a
everyone.
great weekend. Bye.